I'm Thomas DeVay. I'm going to give a tour of my Husky 52-inch 18-drawer tool chest. Why don't you come on over, take a look. Okay, first thing, I'd like to ask everyone out there in YouTube land what this is. It's made by Mac. It's got a VT-8 number on it. And it has a socket in there. It says Mac on it. And these all say Mac on them, but I don't know what they are. The ends are all the same size, so I really can't hazard a guess unless it's some kind of huge Allen wrench set that you put a wrench up here for, but then I don't know what the socket's for. Maybe that's not supposed to be in there. Anyway, if you know what this is, please leave it in the comments. I would appreciate it. You guys really helped me out last time. Next, just got a Leatherman I haven't opened up yet. A Jensen socket set. This is an Allen compression tester. It's a whetstone for sharpening your knives. This is for punching letters into metal. This is a impact driver. It's a Blue Point. It's been around a long time. And this was the last thing I asked you about on when I did my last when I did my Mac Tool box tour. I had this in there and I didn't know what it was. It didn't have this on there, by the way, or I would have known. But it is a clutch alignment tool. I cleaned it up since then as best I could. The metal is pretty pitted, but it works now. Everything cleaned up pretty nicely. It was made by Mac. I appreciate everyone's help on that, giving me input. This is a set of Allen wrench T-handles. Okay, up top here, I keep my sockets. Keep a set of Pittsburgh deep well impacts, a set of Wright deep wells, a set of impacts that came with my impact wrench, and then I have Allen wrenches, Torx, an Allen wrench, some Torx. I think these are called triple squares, and this is all metrics, and you'll have, this is a 4, a 4.5, a 5, a 5.5. It has all the half sizes in it, so that's why I keep that up there. Not that you use half size metrics that often, I don't think, but it's good to have it. I think that covers everything up top. Go to the first drawer, and it's just a junk drawer. Basically, I have my label maker, some extra label tape, and some super glue. In the next drawer, I have a headlamp that doesn't work. Take that out. Need some batteries probably. This is a piece of ceramic I use to sharpen knives with, and a little string line level, spark plug gapper, Anyway, mainly scissors, straight edges, some calipers. I have a digital caliper here and another nicer digital caliper in a box. And in this drawer, I have an Exacto Knife Kit from Big Lots, which I haven't opened yet. I have wood chisels. I have some box cutters. I have snap ring pliers all the way across the back there. Let me put this back. Okay, moving on to my screwdriver drawer. I have some Craftsman Phillips heads and standards down here, and some Greenleys. I also have a couple sets of hooks and picks, and these are nut drivers in standard and metric. Here I have Allen wrenches. These are standard. That's standard. This is metric. Standard, and metric. This is a Borescope camera that you can hook up to your phone and see what's on the end of the camera. The camera has a light on the end of it, and it's very flexible. You could stick it down through here and see what was in the next drawer if you wanted to. It's pretty. It can be pretty handy to have. And here, this is my pliers drawer. I've got some cobalts. I've got some Craftsman. This is Craftsman. Channel lock. Some Pittsburgh. This is a fence pair of pliers for fencing. I've got a pipe wrench, and I've got a 15-inch blue point crescent wrench all the way down to maybe a 3-inch. And then in this basket I keep all the smaller ones just in a pile. Easier that way than giving up another drawer to them. Next drawer I have ratchets. I think this is Harbor Freight. This is a little breaker bar, a couple no-name ones. This is my go-to. It's a proto professional model. I like it. I like the little switch on it. If I'm not using that, I'm using this one, which is a right. Back here I've got Wobble Extensions and some palm ratchets, which I've actually had to use, and they come in handy. I didn't have anywhere else to put these. These are for heater elements, and I just put them in here. Got different sizes. Also I have a big breaker bar, a right, speed ratchet, right. This is some more extensions. This is, I think, an impact screwdriver by New Britain, made in USA. I'm not sure what it is, but I think that's what it is. And this is for taking out studs or broken bolts. It's also made by New Britain in the USA. These are pretty old. Okay, now the big drawer. Wrenches. I keep all my big wrenches in the back. I don't have any holders big enough for them, and I probably wouldn't have room for the holder even if I did. So My original plan was standard would go in red and metric would go in black. It didn't work out that way. What I have here is just some, I don't even know what name brand these are. They're just random, mixed and matched. These are Cobalt gear wrenches. These are Stanley gear wrenches. Standard, but they came in a black holder, which I left them in. These are metric. This is Pittsburgh gear wrenches that are universal on the end. They wobble, and I have the metric ones on top and the standard ones on bottom, and these are just some more metric wrenches. And then I have just a bunch of little wrenches up in there. I said in my last video I was going to try these wrenches out. I still haven't done it, so I can't tell you if they work or not. Eventually I'm going to try them. Next drawer, some electrical things here. I've got my soldering gun. I've got a Weller pyro pin, which is a butane fueled soldering iron. Got a couple small soldering irons, some solder. I've got a meter. I bought it at Harbor Freight, but it's worked out really well. An amp probe, a couple of voltage checkers, inductive voltage checkers, I think they're called. This one turns red when it gets around voltage. It's also a little flashlight. It's made by Fluke. These are check your receptacles are wired right. This is for automotive work, and these are just I think I got these at Harbor Freight. And an old analog meter. Okay, this is my electrical hand tool drawer. Over here I've got some Pittsburgh screwdrivers that are insulated up to 1,000 volts, but I would not test them up to 1,000 volts, but they're good for around the house. Here I've got three pairs of dikes, and then 3 cutters or strippers, and 3 pairs of alignment pliers, actually 4, 2 pairs of cable cutters, and 2 pairs of crimpers. Here's a set of bits that are, some of them are odd security bits, but they're set up for 500 volt insulation. Got some fuse pullers, a knockout, a couple needle nose, another set of side cutters, a cheap set of strippers, a little 45 needle nose, and just a pair of pliers, it looks like. Okay, in this drawer I have my pneumatic tools. Right over here I have all the bits that go to my air hammer. Just your standard stuff, a pickle fork and a couple chisels. Here I've got the some wire brushes. I've got air hammer, air ratchet, impact wrench, die grinder, and a nibbler. And this was supposed to be the, you take this hose, hook it up, and drop it into some solvent, and you'd be able to spray it. I've never tried it, so I don't know if it works or not. In this bar, in this drawer, I've got some crowbars, lady slipper, some more small crowbars, pry bar, seal puller, a long tape, some levels, and one of these, two of these squares. Yeah. And it's hammer time. Got all kinds of hammers for all kinds of occasions. All used for denting things. Okay. Down here, I've got a timing light. I've got a set of Husky sockets. I've got a set of upholstery tools in here for taking out door panels and such. And that's empty. And over here, auto body tools, compression gauge, paint sprayer, tire repair kit. I believe we're moving up. This is working on old drum brakes. This is tubing cutters, tubing benders, metric and standard tap and die set. Here I have rivet guns, rivets, and some pullers, and a set of, this is a flaring kit for tubing. For brakes mainly. And here I've got chisels and punches and a screw extractor set. And last but least, I have some bits that I haven't organized yet really well. Just bits for a drill. This is attachments that go on your drill. They're supposed to be impact quality. I don't know if they are or not. And then more bits. And a set of security bits. And I believe that covers it. Alright, thank you for watching. I'm glad you made it all the way through. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the other videos and this one, subscribe. I've got some projects I'm going to be working on. I've got a 79 Trans Am. I've got a 64 Pontiac Le Mans. I've got tons of little projects that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to make videos of some of those. So if you are interested, subscribe. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down and don't subscribe. I appreciate you watching either way. Thank you.